Hey there guys, Neil here, back with an app review. And for this particular app review, I wanted to do it by sharing how each week's artwork is created for Life of an Accounting Droid. So some of the screenshots and images and more recently, the episode number is put together to create that particular image. So the app that I use is called InstaSize. It's been available for some time now. I'm not sure how long, probably at least a couple of years, I want to say. But I've been using it for a long time to easily make collages of images and just put together images, or partly to put together multiple images when I want to share to Instagram, but also the original way to share full-size images to Instagram before they added the ability to have more native and normal size images than just the standard square. So with that, I will jump right into it. So the app is called InstaSize. It's available for Android and iOS. When you open the app, you get your grid of images that are stored on your device, so you can scroll through whatever is available. You can see what's there and start from there. You can also take a picture with your camera. So if you touch the camera button, it'll launch your camera or your default camera app, and you can take pictures that way. Hitting the bars at the top left of the app, if you're on the most recent version 2.0 or higher, you'll be able to set the image resolution. So if you want a higher resolution or lower resolution to save space or anything like that, you can adjust that. And then there's also downloads available, so you can get additional backgrounds and things like that. So if you want a Christmas background or a Halloween, autumn, flowers, roses, things like that, you can download them and get that. Some are free and some are paid, or they're actually, it looks like they're all free. I thought there might have been others, but they're all available for free, so you can get additional backgrounds as well. The current version of InstaSize does not work on your device, or you're on an older incompatible version of Android, you can get the older version, which I believe is still available as well in Google Play. So what do you do when, let's say you do want to share a full-size image to Instagram and it doesn't resize properly, or the dimensions are a little bit weird. When you open up, so essentially all you're going to do when you open the image is you'll now have, for example, this full-size image that I had took recently, that will be imported into InstaSize. You do, as you can see, you have your standard square box, but it fits that image to that box, so you can have the whole image posted to Instagram. Now, let's say you realize that you don't want those bars and you want to resize the picture because whatever's on the left and right you don't want to include. Well, you can zoom in and pan the image around. So let's say you want to focus on the particular area, then you can do that. Or let's say I want to include this particular area and have bars like this, you can do that. InstaSize also allows you to change the background color and design. So if you don't want the standard white, you can, for example, go to colors, and I can have blue, red, green, and there's a whole set of different colors you can include. There's also different patterns, so I don't have very many installed. I usually just use a default black, but I have this checkered pattern set up, so I can do this as well. So if I want to resize it according to that, I can do that and have the dots available as well. You can also have filters adjusted. So if your camera does not support different filter modes, or there's one that you like that you didn't think of using when you took the picture, you can have it adjusted as well. So it's an instant filter, so just doing that will allow you to do that, to adjust the filter. The other thing I forgot to mention about zooming in is you can also zoom out. So if you want to have an automatic border, you can do that as well. You can also do various overlays. So if you want to have let's say smoke in this case, or various things like that, to change how the image looks, make it look a little bit older, let's say like you're on a retro camera or something like that, you can do that as well. You can also crop the image. So let's say you realize that you don't want to include the entire picture, then you can crop out things that you don't want to include. You can also include text in your image. So let's say you're creating your own meme that you realize based on pictures you took with your friends, or you just want to have a label, then you can do that. Double clicking on your new text box will bring up the text box. So I'll put in trees with fog and filters, and I'll hit done. As far as now, let's say you want to change the color of the text, you'll take that little drop on the top left, and you can have different colors. Let's say if you want to match it with whatever your image filter color is, you can do that as well. You can resize the size of the text, so you can stick it like that and resize the size of the text as well that way as well, and now you can have that as well. So now let's say for me, let's say I'm creating my image that I'm going to include with this week's podcast. So I'll exit with this, start all over again. So I already have the screenshots I want. So in this case, I'll start with the image that I want on the left. It's a screenshot of InstaSize as for this particular review. And then click on the collage button, and you get a series of different kinds of collage options depending on how many images you want to include. And so in this case, I'm going to pick this one right here, and you double tap on the plus sign and you can add more images. So the film review, or in this week's episode, is going to be a double feature. So it's going to be Dr. No and the sequel From Russia with Love. And in this case, it's episode number 35. So I already have the image set there. And then I'll zoom in a little bit to make that bigger. Zoom in for those screenshots as well. And then in the case of the screenshot of InstaSize itself, since I don't want to resize that, I'll go to border, set the background color to black, and I'm done. So basically I now have the image that I want that says that this is episode 35. I have the screenshots I want that relate to the episode. And then from here, when you want to share it, you'll touch the red arrow on the top right of the screen. Now you can now share to Instagram, your gallery, Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, whatever. So you can share pretty much anywhere. And then you can hit more, and if you want to share it somewhere else, then you can share it elsewhere as well. So pretty straightforward there. For me, in this case, I'm going to share it to my gallery. So I'll just touch gallery and it's saved. I'm all done, and that's all there is to go, or that's all there is to do. So that's pretty much all there is to the app. You can also adjust various other parts of the image. So let's say you realize that an image needs to be rotated, or you want to flip it horizontally or vertically based on where what the image position is, or to mess around or to make those other adjustments, you can do that as well. And then you can zoom in and out on the collage, whatever you need to do there as well. So nothing extraordinarily different about that. So a pretty straightforward app. I definitely recommend it. For me, I like it for the two reasons I mentioned. The first is to fit or to create the collage in Instagram, and to also fit images in Instagram that may not necessarily fit. So for example, screenshots still don't fit properly in Instagram, or at least hasn't worked perfectly for me. It still cuts off a little bit at the top and the bottom. So I'll import the screenshot into Instagram. So if I touch the screenshot, then I can see the full screenshot. And then if I generally don't add text to my screenshots as I'm adding a caption, but if I want to add a label, then I can do that. I'll select what I want to do here. So screenshot of InstaSize, or if I type the right keys, but InstaSize. And from here, I will of course need to change the color a little bit. So I'll just pick the stock black. I can move the screenshot itself over a little bit, and then rotate the text, for example. So it just for whatever reason, since I didn't do the spaces, but you can I believe you can, it respects the enter, so screenshot enter of InstaSize. So let's do that. So you can do that as well if you want to do multiple lines and have that kind of text label as well. So you have all sorts of options. It's a straightforward interface built for touchscreen, so you can move stuff around, drag and adjust as you need, zoom in, zoom out, rotate. You have all those different features available to you. So that's all there is to that. The app itself is free. It's available for Android and iOS in their default or in their respective app store. So definitely check it out and get those. For me, it's the most straightforward collage creation and photo. Or I don't want to say it's that mix between meme creation and image adjustment apps that's available. That's very easy to use and straightforward, and makes it easy to share to whatever apps you may have installed that support the share menu. So if you want to share to Facebook or Google Plus or Twitter or anything like that besides Instagram, then that's all available. Or if you just want to share it to your gallery for later use because you don't have an internet connection, then that is all available to you. So that's all for that. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, saw something that I might have missed or skipped over or didn't make sense, you can always email me at headphonesneil@yahoo.com, and you can find me on Twitter at PatelN01. But that is all for this particular app review. Thanks for watching and listening, and until next time.